What's going on YouTube? This is your boy Tatted coming at you again with another video. Tonight, we're going to talk about something that needs to be addressed. How to be able to tell the difference between a fake and a real Game Boy Advance game. I'm talking about your Pokemons, your Metroids, your Mega Mans, your high-end games, your Fire Emblems. All those games you got laying around, do you know if they're real? Or could they be fake? Let's dive down and take a look. Okay, so for the purpose of tonight's video, we're going to take a look at the Pokemon series games. The only one I'm missing out of the original series here is Ruby. I still haven't found that in the wild yet, so I'm going to keep hanging on until I do. Alright, but we've got Pokemon Leafgreen here, Pokemon Sapphire, Pokemon Fire Red, in my horrible conditioned label Pokemon Emerald. And then we'll get to this one in a minute. Alright, so there's a few ways to tell if you've got a legit Pokemon game or if you've got a legit Nintendo Game Boy Advance game to start off with. First thing you're going to want to take a look at is the label. Come on, focus. All right. Now, in your legit cartridges, your sticker here, your label, is going to fit perfectly in this cutout square section here. Also, let me see if you'll be able to tell here. Now, on a legit Game Boy Advance game, you see where it says 07A. You will find imprinted numbers and letters above the Nintendo label on especially Pokemon games, but you'll find them imprinted on the labels if they're legit. Another easy way to tell is what we're going to be looking at here in a minute. We're going to be looking at the inside of the cartridge at the board. And in order to do that, you're going to want to get a tri-wing screwdriver. Let's see if we can get some better lighting here. Okay, there we go. You can pick these up at your local hardware store, fairly cheap. All right. So we will start off with Pokemon Sapphire. All right, we've already noticed that the label fits the cutout perfectly. We've got the imprint of the letters and numbers. Also, another good way is to look up here where it says Game Boy Advance. If it looks too embossed, too heavily embossed, imprinted onto the cartridge, more than likely it's not going to be real. Game Boy Advance real cartridges are very lightly embossed. You can also take a look on the back of the cartridge. And just the way that you have your Nintendo insignia here looks a lot different than, say, this fake one. Okay, you see two totally different embossed logos there. Especially take a look at how that says model number AGB, patent pending, made in Japan. Looks totally different on a real cartridge. Now, we'll also take a look at the screws. Now, on a real cartridge, you're going to have your tri-wing screw that's about that long. Now, on the fake cartridge, this was the tri-wing screw. Notice the difference? This isn't a Nintendo screw at all. It is tri-wing, but it is not Nintendo at all. Come off of there. So there's a difference in screw sizes. All right, but the easiest way to tell is to take a look at the board. Also, I'll let you look at it's a fake game, but these are collectible because they are hacks. This is Pokemon Naranja or Naranja. Naranja is Spanish for orange, which is basically taking elements of Sapphire here and red here and combining them into one game. Pokemon Naranja is fan-made, and it's widely known to not be a legit Pokemon game. But some of these fan-made hacks are incredible. They're really, really fun games. But so what we'll do is we'll take a look at the board on Sapphire here first. Now I've gone ahead and removed all the screws. Now the way that you take these apart is that once you have the screw taken out, you're going to want to just take the front piece of the cartridge and slide it towards you and then pull up. Alright, first thing we're going to take a look at is Nintendo. It's imprinted right here. Now, fake boards have gotten really good at printing Nintendo right there above the pins, and the reason being is that when it's all put together, you should be able to look down into the cartridge like that and see Nintendo imprinted, as a way to tell if it's real or fake. So the people that are making fake cartridges picked up on this and they started imprinting their own Nintendo onto the cartridge. Now, Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald all use batteries for their save function. The only two that do not use batteries are going to be Leaf Green and Fire Red. These two do not use batteries. They use a chip to do their save function. So when you take the boards out and you see, oh my gosh, there's no battery, it's okay. It's not supposed to have a battery. So a lot of the times what you'll see on fake boards are these cheap, just really cheaply made Chinese boards with no battery. And what they look like is this. Now this does have a battery, but as you can see, the chip here is all in Chinese, and here's that crappy Nintendo, just horrible looking Nintendo. Let's take a look at it side by side. One on the top being legit, one on the bottom being fake. But that's okay. This was fan-made. Another easy way to tell is if you take a cartridge apart, and look at the board and you see any of these black blobs on the board. See that little black blob underneath the battery? If you see any of those, it's an automatic fake cartridge. Nintendo never, ever uses these black blobs on their boards. Ever. So if you ever take any of your games apart and it all looks real but has a black blob, automatic fake. So let's take a look at that again. And you can see that black blob there. But the fan went ahead and took the initiative of installing a battery here so that the cartridge will save. Now we'll take a look at Firered and Leafgreen. These two do not have batteries. But they are using the same chip as Sapphire. You can see that if I flip this upside down, they're both using that MX chip. And there you have it, folks. Just a few ways to take a look at your GBA games to see if you've got an authentic cartridge, or if you've got a hack, or if you've got a fake cartridge. Pick you up a tri-wing screwdriver. That's the easiest way to tell, just by taking the cartridge apart and looking at the board. But there are some ways to tell if you do not have a tri-wing screwdriver, but you can pick these up at any of your local hardware stores. You can pick them up at Lowe's or just about anywhere, really, online. Look for the imprinted numbers and letters on the label. Make sure that your label sitting on the cartridge does not look like this. See how that label doesn't reach the outside here on the edge? It sits back. There you have it, folks. The difference between a real GBA Game Boy Advance cartridge and a fake Game Boy Advance cartridge. So there you have it, folks. There's the difference between a real Game Boy Advance cartridge and a fake Game Boy Advance cartridge. If you found this information to be useful, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to see more of me, Tatted Collector, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And folks, have a good one.